I don't believe in no gods or no form of religion. My way of living is based on pure reality. My way of living is based on pure reality.
You know, if I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over I mean, just like throwing food around, but they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day. I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is going to change to, we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, we're breaking out the door. And after a year, then you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, you know, with the Civil Rights Movement. We was asking, you know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're going to do? Ask?
Cut up your credit and debit cards. Pay only with cash or money order or certified check.
What are you doing?
People are under the illusion that their money is safe in the bank and that the banksters are honest. The truth is, the money you put in their banks isn't really there. Although there hasn't been a global economic crash since the 1930s, another crash could happen at any time and without warning. Economic crashes don't just happen, they are made to happen. So what else can you do to take back control over your own money? Take all of your money out of the rigged stock markets and money markets. Cash in your treasury bills, bonds, and retirement savings plans. Most of the retirement funds have already been looted. Trade in your paper money for something of real value like gold, silver, and precious metals and stones. So where can you put your cash and valuables besides the bank? In a personal safe or a very good hiding place. It will prove to be much safer than the bank. It's not the neighborhood thieves you have to worry about, it's the global thieves. By keeping your hard-earned money and valuables out of the banks and stock markets, you are depriving the banksters of money for their wars, weapons, and mass murder. Some community groups are creating their own system of money and buying and selling services and goods from each other tax-free. Monopoly money works great. So do IOUs and the barter system. Since the ruling families and their brotherhood of wealthy insiders hide their wealth and don't pay taxes, why should you? Find ways to avoid paying tax monies to these gangsters. A third solution is to refuse to fight the banksters' murderous wars and to stop supporting others who fight their wars. One of America's favorite slogans is, support your troops, which means support your troops no matter what, even if the war is a lie. Even if innocent families are being bombed, burned, and crippled with your tax money. Even if your tax money is paying teenagers in uniform to die by the thousands for the lie. The majority of recruited soldiers are naive, duped, unemployed teenagers who are romanced into believing they are heroes fighting for freedom. But what they are fighting for is the wealthy ruling families who are systematically disarming the world of all weapons of resistance to their global empire. A fourth solution is to stop voting. Most nations have two main political parties, which means there are only two candidates for the top job. One is the candidate for the very rich, and the other is the candidate for the even richer. Both candidates are sponsored by the lobby groups of the ruling families. Many voters feel a need to vote for the lesser of two evils, but they are still voting for evil and supporting a corrupt electoral system. A fifth solution is to stop obeying laws designed to disempower you. The success of the ruling families depends on your obedience of their laws that they make and break. A sixth solution is to buy small and think big. Stop shopping at corporate superstores like Walmart or corporate grocery chains which are owned by the ruling families and their affiliates. Buy from small businesses and farmers markets. Grow your own natural food. The banksters have been genetically modifying and patenting the food you eat, the seeds you need for growing food, as well as animal DNA. Corporate farming that supplies meat to corporate grocery stores subjects animals to painful, inhumane crowding, filth, cruelty, and abuse. A seventh solution is to stop donating to charities. Most of it pays administration fees. The ruling families have set up big charities and foundations to create a friendly, charitable image of themselves and to cover up their real agenda. Big charities serve as a hiding place to launder dirty money from the drugs and weapons trade. An eighth solution is to stop identifying with a flag or a national anthem. Refuse to sing praises to America's bombs bursting in air, or to Britain's gracious and noble queen, who is neither gracious or noble. A ninth solution is to refuse to recognize the illegitimate claims of the ruling families to your nation's water, land, resources, railways, airlines, power companies, health plans, and other publicly held properties that they have been busy privatizing while you were sleeping. The ruling families have been stealing your nation's land and resources through corporate privatization, which means they've been buying up your nation's publicly owned property. And where is it all leading? To an eternal world empire in which the power of these ruling families can never be challenged, and the earth and all living things will be helplessly at their mercy. A tenth solution is to name names. Focus the blame where it belongs, on the ruling families, not on their faceless corporations. Corporations like WorldCom, Enron, Merrill Lynch, and Halliburton are owned by real people with real names and real faces. The 11th solution is to reject the propaganda that keeps you passive. A 12th solution is to arrest the Committee of 300 ruling families for their horrific past and present crimes against humanity. Those crimes include genocidal mass murder using America's atomic and chemical weapons of mass destruction on Japanese and Vietnamese families. Hundreds of thousands of innocent human beings were burned, deformed, and vaporized with taxpayers' money. Since they control the military, the weaponry, and the world's wealth, who's going to arrest them for their horrific crimes, and how? The world's citizens must gather together in large numbers and make a citizen's arrest of each of these 300 families. The 13th solution is to get past your fears and take action. Fear is paralyzing, and the ruling families know this. They use their media monopolies to fearmonger, terrorize, and paralyze the masses.